Courtney. I'm very passionate about helping women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one that you had envisioned for yourself. And you want to know why I'm late? It's so funny because I just talked about time management. Um, but I'm late because I simply forgot it was Wednesday. I was in the kitchen prepping food. I was washing, getting a salad made up, and washing all this fruit that I bought, and tooling around, and all of a sudden I was like, I haven't even showered yet, and I'm supposed to be doing a video like 20 minutes ago. So, ha ha ha, oops. But I'm going to try this again since I had so many connectivity issues on Monday because the accountability is always important, and owning your BS is, well, always important too. So first, excuse me, the accountability. I don't want to do this part because I have not been doing what I am supposed to be doing. I had a goal set to lose a certain amount of weight by my birthday. And if I don't really kick my butt into gear, I'm going to miss it. My birthday's the end of next month. But I'm halfway there. I can still make it. I can still make it. But I really need to get disciplined. And I've been struggling trying to understand why. Why is this so complicated? Because I obviously have found something that's been working for me finally. But anyway, I've been really missing my journal. I should have brought it in here, but I didn't think about it in time. I really want to journal about this right now. It's very fresh in my mind, and I've got all these thoughts tumbling around. But you guys are gonna laugh. This is so ridiculous. I am really obsessive about the type of notebook I have for my journal, and I used to just go pick them up at the store in town. Well, they don't have them. I looked at two places. I could have looked more, but I finally said screw it, and I ordered it. It never occurred to me that it was going to take like 12 days to get here. It's not supposed to be here until Monday, and it's driving me freaking nuts because I really need to journal about this crap. Anyway, that's a good segue into today's topic: how to own your bullshit. What you choose to believe, what you choose to focus on, that becomes your reality. So, what are you focusing on? What kind of BS are you telling yourself? You get things like, oh, money's bad. No, it's not. Money's inanimate. Money's money. Whatever emotional thing you put on money, that's you. Money itself, it, it's inanimate. It's neither good nor evil. It just is. Maybe your thing is, oh, there's no good men or women left in the world. Well, yeah, when you focus on that, you're right. You're not going to find a good one. For me, I'll be honest, for a long time, I can't lose weight. Well, that's a load of crap. So I got to tell y'all, it's funny how reluctant I was to discuss this. Um, but I have been very reluctant to discuss this. Um, from my heaviest to where I'm at now, I've lost 50 pounds, which I'm really flipping proud of. I don't know why I got so weird about announcing it because they hit this milestone, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. The problem is I haven't lost any more since then because I'm hiding behind my bullshit. So you need to figure out what your bullshit is first. And you need to see them for what they are. They're just excuses. They're just lies that you're telling yourself. But you know what? You can fix this. This is a solvable problem. God, I wish I had my damn journal. Anyway, oh, by the way, this information is from You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Number one, you need to become aware. Look, we have an estimated 70,000 thoughts a day. And for some of us, we have a negative soundtrack that plays really on autopilot. We're not even aware of it. And we drown ourselves in negativity all day, and it's really unconscious. So you need to become aware of your bullshit. You need to look for the you need to look for where you're inserting excuses. Don't say things like, I almost did that. My favorite, I never do anything right. Oh, come on. That is the most ridiculous, childish attitude. And I'll admit, I used to do that. But of course you do some things right. That's so ludicrous. Um, I should. Then do it. Oh, I can't. Then you're right. You can't. Don't you what you say to yourself, it really is everything. Don't tell yourself, "Well, I'm no good at this." Well, then get better at it. I mean, truly, what, I'm not good at that. Well, if it's something you enjoy or something you want to be good at, get off your ass and go practice it. Nobody is, I say nobody, very, very few people will pick up something and be able to be proficient with it immediately. And if you want to excel, of course, you're going to have to put time in. Don't tell yourself, I wish I could do that. I want to, then do it. Then do it. I'll try. Come on. When someone asks you to go do something and your reply is, well, I'll try to be there, you know damn well you just gave yourself an out. If you wanted to go, you would have just said yes. So you need to watch for areas of your life where you use that kind of language. Don't say, excuse me, don't say, I wish, I want. Say, I am, I will, I'm going to, I have. You've got to, I know it's kind of cheesy, but affirmations work. What you say to yourself, it truly is everything. So, number two, here's the fun part. And I'm using fun very facetiously. You need to figure out what the benefit is. Because the reason you do this to yourself, the reason we do this to ourselves, is because we get a benefit from it. Maybe your thing is that you can't find a good man or woman out there. Well, that enables you to, you get to keep your freedom. You get to come and go as you please. You don't have to ever answer to anybody. You get to garner sympathy because all your friends are, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. I can't believe that you're alone. And you don't have to risk getting hurt. Those are pretty big benefits. The weight thing, there's some benefit in it. There is. As horrible as that sounds. Okay, for me, I've tried to explain this to people before, and I've noticed they either really get it or they really don't. But excuse me, I have been very fit and trim, and I have been really, really heavy. People treat you so wildly differently on those each end of that spectrum. But when you put on weight as a woman, you kind of, as weird as it sounds, the bigger you get, the more you fade into the background. Nobody really takes you seriously. There's not as frankly, I don't think there's nearly as much pressure put on me when I'm heavier. And that, I know that sounds weird, but like I said, you'll either get it or you won't. But if I don't worry about what I'm eating, well, then I don't have to be responsible, and I can go out and just do whatever the hell I want. I pay for it. I pay for it in a lot of ways, but it does. My point is, all this crap that you're telling yourself, all your excuses, they serve a purpose for you. It's not very fun, but you need to really sit down and dig deep and figure out why you're doing this. What benefit are you getting? So how do you get rid of this? How do you fix this? Well, you take your list. Everything comes down to pen and paper, it seems. But you take your list and you look at all the wouldas, shouldas, and couldas. Think about, because we've already established you got to figure out what your benefit is, but then think about, what would my life be like if I could fix this? If I could fix this one thing, what would change for me? And get super specific. What would you do differently? Would you dress differently? Would you live in a different home, a different state, a different country? Would you drive a different car? What would you do differently? Would you volunteer more? Would you retire and stay home? I don't know. But what would your life look like if you could fix whatever this problem is, whatever you're hiding behind? And be super specific. You want to get as detailed as you possibly can. Seriously, if you can get down to sights, smells, the more you can focus in on what you want. Look, like I said at the beginning, what you choose to focus on becomes your reality. So you want to focus on, what could my life be like if I fixed this? And years ago, a friend of mine asked me, Court, what would your life be like if you were healthy? And I have to tell you, even all these years later, that's still something very hard for me to wrap my head around, especially because in the past year, my health problems have just absolutely exploded out of control. And I'm miserable. But, oh, what the hell was my point? I don't know. Sorry, I'm really tired. Again, I am flaring so badly, you guys. I felt okay yesterday afternoon, and then out of nowhere, I got just clobbered with a massive tension headache. It was so bad that I was queasy. And then that pain spread throughout my body. So, yeah, I'm a little out of it today. But you need, oh, I was talking about the, sorry, so embarrassing. Um, I'm finally to the point where I can think about that. What would my life look like? Even though things have gotten worse, what would my life be like if I were healthy? It's a wild game for me to play. And I do enjoy thinking about it, but I need my damn journal so I can really drill in on that because I know from experience, I know that's going to help me get back on track with what I need to be doing. But you need to reframe your excuses because really at the end of the day, all that crap that you're telling yourself, you know what it comes down to? I get to play the victim. You may not want to admit it, you may not want to own it, but that's what it comes down to. You don't have to accept responsibility. You get to play the victim. So instead of going down that road, you need to look at this list and realize, look, I'm powerful. I can fix this. The greatest gift we have in this world is our ability to change. So if you don't like where you're at, fix it. Just fix it. But you got to get a move on. You're not getting any younger. Life is passing you by. What are you waiting for? And then finally, and here's the hard part, you have to love yourself enough to give up. Look, we cling to these excuses. You're hurt, excuse me, not your hurt ego, but you're fragile. Your fragile little ego. Hey, you don't want to take any chances. You don't want to try that. That's the status quo. Maybe you're not real happy, but you've made it this far. So everything's fine. So you have a serious internal struggle going on here. So you have to be able to love yourself enough to recognize your bullshit for what it is. Because that's the only way you're ever going to be able to work through it. But yeah, since I lost track of time this morning, now my entire day is off schedule. So I have to go. But I hope you'll have a wonderful afternoon. And I will be back Friday at 11 o'clock